Hey guys, if you're the mom of kids or pets, then you know the struggle of keeping your home clean. In this video, I am gonna share all of the tips and tricks in keeping your home tidy, no matter how many little ones or how many furry friends you've got running around. For me, I've got 3 kids. I'm actually watching a dog right now. We do dog sitting from time to time. We totally understand how hard it is to keep your home clean when you've got pets and when you've got kids and lots of people messing things up. So let's get started. My first tip is about carpets and rugs, and it is to choose carpets and rugs that you will not be upset if they get destroyed. And the way you can do that is with indoor-outdoor rugs. So hear me out. Indoor-outdoor rugs are really easy to take care of. They're super washable because they're designed to work outside or inside. They're also pretty inexpensive and they've come a long way. They have a lot of cool fabrics and designs and colors. So I think you can find something that you like. I've been using indoor-outdoor rugs in my house for years. Ours is about 8 years old. It's still going strong. And trust me when I say we have had lots of messes on it. And in fact, the rug is in my living room now, but it used to be in my kitchen. And if you can believe it, it was under my kitchen table. You can imagine how much stuff that it's gotten on it, but it still looks good. It's easy to clean. I recommend getting something that's not like, of course, white or one solid color. You know, going for a pattern really helps to disguise anything. If you don't want to do an indoor-outdoor rug, my other recommendation is to do carpet tiles. If you haven't heard of these come in like squares and they're little tiles and you just stick them together. I have a whole rug made out of carpet tiles. The brand of rug that I have is called Floor, but there's lots of manufacturers that make them. These are great. I used to have it in my living room. I've swapped it now. It's in my kitchen. It's almost a decade old and it looks great. The way that you kind of do with the carpet tiles is they can easily be pulled apart. They're washable. So you just take one of the tiles, you can wash it in the sink, however you want to clean it. In fact, if you completely destroy it, you can get a new carpet tile. I've actually done that before as well. So they're super versatile. They have lots of great colors and patterns. And the cool thing about these tiles is if you ever want to change out your rug or if you want to get a new rug or give it to somebody, since they're in squares, you can just like store them really small in just like a square pile. I love it. Okay, my next tip is about your couch, and it's to make sure you get a couch. Couple things. A couch that is washable. You know, you don't want a couch that has like difficult fibers to wash and that is going to look stained and ratty in a couple of years, especially with kids and pets, maybe eating on it potentially, and even just sitting on it. I also really like to get throw blankets and put those on the couch, and then you can kind of just save your couch a little bit and you can use the throw blankets to protect it. If you get like 100% cotton or like a cotton acrylic blend of your throw blanket, these aren't expensive, and that blend will really stand up to washing and they will last a really long time and keep your couch safe in the process. I also usually have like a lint brush handy to remove lint. There's also a hack that I've shared in the past where if you've got rubber gloves and you get them wet and run them over your couch, that will also get off the hair. And then another tip with your couch, which maybe this sounds a little bit strange, but if you can, try to buy a couch in a similar color to your pet's hair color, and then that way that really camouflages any hair that might get on there. Okay, the next tip is about your furniture colors and the colors that you use to paint your house. Years ago, I made the terrible mistake of buying a piece of furniture that was all black, and then I got a kitchen table to match it. The kitchen table is now gone because I was having to wipe that thing down like 20 times a day. It just looked terrible all the time. Now I have a kitchen table that is a nice neutral wood color, and I could probably go like a month without wiping it down and you wouldn't even notice. I don't do that, but really I could. And this is my recommendation. Do not get furniture that is all black or all white. I have learned this lesson the hard way. I think that just get furniture that's like a neutral color or something that isn't going to show dirt and fingerprints and crumbs and dog hair or pet hair. And then another thing you can do is you can think about if you've got like cabinets in your kitchen, you could think about painting your lower cabinets in any other color except for white or black. And that will really help to cover up like smudges and fingerprints and nose prints and all of those things that kids and pets bring along with them. Okay, of course, kids leave a lot of crumbs and things in their wake, and then pets leave a lot of hair in their wake. So you just kind of cannot get around it. You're going to have to vacuum a lot. My recommendation here is just to invest in a stick vacuum. It does not have to be an expensive one, but it will save you so much time. I used to vacuum with my big upright, I have this upright shark vacuum cleaner, and I would pull it out every day to vacuum. I just thought that that was normal and that was what I had to do. I have since gotten a stick vacuum, and I can't tell you how much time it has saved me. It is a lifesaver. So I really recommend getting a stick vacuum that you can just use daily or multiple times a day. It really helps to kind of keep crumbs and pet hair at bay. And you just do the high traffic areas. You don't have to do your whole house. And especially when you're dealing with pets, don't forget to clean your vacuum cleaner filter. This is something I forget to do. It is so simple. You just pull it out, rinse it with water. Literally, that's all you do. And then let it dry for about 24 hours, pop it back in, and you're good to go. Okay, so my next recommendation with keeping a tidy home with kids and pets is to cut down on the clutter. I have said this before, but clutter is like the only thing standing between you and a clean home. I know kids come with a lot of clutter. So one of the ways I like to do this is with their wardrobe. So this may be a little bit controversial, but I don't let them have a ton of clothes. I feel like they grow out of their clothes really quickly. They get them stained and dirty really easily. And it's just easier if they don't have a ton of things to choose from in the morning when we're trying to get out the door. Kind of along the same lines, I also only let them have 2 pairs of shoes. They each have a pair of sneakers, and then they have like summer shoes, like Crocs or something like that. My daughter's older. She's a little bit more interested in clothing, so she is kind of she's a 14-year-old, so she's getting more clothes now and more shoes now. But my younger two, they are 10 and 6, and I really try to limit what they have. I also only let them have like 2 jackets, one for the winter and then one for the fall and spring, and that just seems to work really well to keep the clutter at bay. And it also helps with decision fatigue in the mornings and what you're going to let them wear and what they're going to take. And then just one more little thing, I also let them each have 1 backpack for school, and then they use that for 2 years, and then they get a new one. It just helps to keep some of the clutter away. Now, next tip, also along the same lines as clutter, is to limit the number of toys that your kids have. I have been raising kids for 14 and a half years now, almost 15 years, and I can say confidently, they do not play with all of their toys. When my daughter was young, we didn't really have many toys for her, but then, toys started coming into the house through birthdays and holidays and all kinds of things. And 3 kids later, our house is full of toys. If I could go back, I would not have bought all of these toys. I would have told friends and family, do not give us toys. They don't play with them. They're a lot of work to keep the toys together and usable and keep all of the pieces together. And it's just, I feel like sometimes we're overrun with toys, and I'm getting rid of them slowly, but it's been a process. So I would say, as much as you can, try to eliminate the toy clutter. If you want to buy one toy for your kids, there is one and only toy that I recommend that we have gotten years of use out of. The kids love it. They play with it for hours. It is the only toy that I've actually seen them play with for hours. And even my 14-year-old, she will still use this toy. It was recommended to me by my daughter's teacher. And since then, I've just heard so many families who love this toy, but it's essentially the Magnetiles, if you're familiar with these. The kids use them to build things, and they just provide hours of fun and entertainment. I cannot tell you. And they are good for all kinds of ages. I think from ages 2 all the way up. I will link the ones we have below. They're a little bit pricey, but if you're gonna get one toy, these are so worth it. Okay, moving along, my next tip is to always have a bottle of spot cleaner or an emergency cleaner available at all times. I know this sounds dramatic, but if you treat a stain when it happens, you will not have a stain. It will be very simple to treat. The thing that I have, and I use this on everything, half water, half vinegar, and then a few squirts of liquid dish soap. It works so well. It will get rid of all kinds of stains, whether it's on your pillows, your carpets, your couches, even your clothing. You can use it on your counters. I'm telling you, it is a great spot cleaner. You don't need to buy anything fancy. Just use what you've already got in your pantry and make one. It works super well. And also when you've got kids and pets in the house, you don't want to be using chemicals anyway. So this is a perfect cleaner. Okay, the next is about your pet's dishes. I recommend, if you have old placemats, or if you just want to buy one placemat, just sticking a placemat under your pet's food dishes and their water dishes. That area gets really dirty, and it's just nice to have a placemat that you can throw into the washing machine or throw into the dishwasher if you need to from time to time. And it just keeps your pet's eating area nice and clean. And speaking of keeping their areas clean, you also want to wash their stuff regularly. Like if you've got dog toys, you want to throw those in the washing machine. You can put them in like a mesh laundry bag, or you can put them in a mesh laundry bag and throw them into your dishwasher. But you want to wash those frequently. And you also want to make sure if you can buy like a pet bed with a removable cover, that should also be laundered frequently because those will start to smell and they could just get bacteria. So you just want to keep those nice and clean, and it's easier to do if you can toss it into a washing machine. Okay, another tip I have is to keep your pet groomed, and I don't mean taking them to the groomer and paying a lot of money for this. I simply mean giving them a bath maybe every 3 or 4 weeks, cutting their nails, and brushing them daily if they are the kind of pet that you can brush. The way I see it, you could spend a few minutes brushing your pet each day, or you could spend several hours each week cleaning your floors and your furniture. Okay, my last tip is one that I've talked about before, but it will really help you, and it has really helped me over the years. But it is to establish a daily and weekly cleaning routine. I am just gonna tell you what I do. I think do whatever works for you, but if you can establish a routine, it will become a habit and your house will just run like clockwork. Okay, so every day, some of the things that I do, I make sure that I wipe down my counters daily, even just with water, because I don't want to come down the stairs in the morning to dirty kitchen countertops. I don't want crumbs. I don't want to tempt any critters coming into the house. So I do that. I also clean out my sink. I get rid of all of my dishes and clean out my sink. Also in the bathroom, when I'm done brushing my teeth, I like to just wipe out the sink a little bit and maybe wipe off the faucet. Just kind of keep it a little bit clean. Nothing crazy. It's just something to kind of keep the bathroom cleaner for longer. And then I tidy up the house at night before I go to bed because you don't want to come into your living room or your living area in the morning and just have like a big mess that you have to deal with. Okay, and then weekly, all I do is I have designated days for everything. So I do laundry twice a week. I do those on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and those are the laundry days. I run my dishwasher every other day. I have a day where I clean the cooktop. I have a day where I clean my appliances. I basically just pick days to do certain things, and you can pick days to do certain rooms, however you want to do it. I think just have weekly things that you do and just write them down if you have to. And then once you start doing them regularly, they just become ingrained in you and become a habit, and you don't even have to think about it. Okay guys, so those are my tips in how to keep your house clean and tidy if you've got kids and pets or both. So I really hope you enjoyed that video. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna link a video up here. Go ahead and click on it, and I will see you over there. Thanks so much for watching. Say thank you, Penny. Who's a good girl?